We're starting a new chapter now, and we're going to be taking a look at how we reuse content in our AutoCAD drawings. Now, reusing content is obviously incredibly useful. When you reuse content, you're not having to create content. You can reuse content and move, copy, rotate, all that kind of stuff. But there are other tools available in AutoCAD to allow you to reuse content as well. And we're going to take a look at those in this particular chapter. Now, when we start this chapter, we have a new drawing for you. It's called New Office Project.dwg. So you know the drill by now. Simply pop to the library or download all of the files and just make sure you've got the New Office Project.dwg file open. We're working in the Model tab as we've done in numerous other drawings for this particular course. And you'll see it looks remarkably familiar. It's that little office layout that we've used previously in other chapters in the course. Now, the first thing we're going to look at for reusing design content is the groups tools in AutoCAD. Now, in order to do that, I'd like you to zoom in on this bin store on the left. These are blue bins, by the way, here. So zoom in, get that front and central like that, so that you can see what's going on. Now, you need to be on the Home tab on the ribbon, and ideally make sure that you're on the Bins layer as well, so that you're using the Bins layer. Now, we're not going to draw anything on the Bins layer, but it's always nice to be on the relevant layer when you're working on a bin store and you're on the Bins layer, right? Much easier. Now, what we're going to do is group these polylines together to form a Bins group. Now, the groups panel on the ribbon is right here, so just click on the flyout and pin it open so that you can see all of the tools in the groups panel. Now that's on the Home tab on the ribbon. Now you'll notice the group bounding box is on. Can you see that? When I click on it, it's off. Click on it, it highlights in a blue and it's on. Make sure the group bounding box is always on, because then it gives you like almost a boundary around your group and you can see where it is on the drawing. It's a really useful little visual feature. Now, the best way to create your groups is to go to the Group Manager. Now, you can just click on Group here, but that will create a group of objects that don't have a name. It becomes an unnamed group. It's much easier to go to the Group Manager, like so, and give it a name first of all. Now, group name, I'm going to be really basic here. It's just going to be called Bins. There we go, bins. You can give it a description as well if you want. It can be the bins group if you want as well. Let's go wild and have bins group there. Now, as you can see, you can include unnamed groups. Now, the really nice thing about this is, as you work down this dialog, when you create the group now, you can click on New here and make them selectable. So you can add objects to the group. So make sure they're selectable, that's always handy, and click on New, and now you select the objects that want to be in the group. So that's easy. I'm going to click here, just drag my crossing selection over all of those polylines like that, press Enter to confirm, and there's my Bins group. Can you see Bins, selectable? Yes. Now, all I'm going to do now is click on OK, and you'll notice now when I hover over this, it's a group. Can you see that? Even though it's saying that that's a polyline, which it is, but when I click on it, it's a group. Now, you can't see the group bounding box very easily there, but if I click on the grip for the group and move that out and click over here, now you can see the bounding box. There it is there. Now, I'll just undo that because I want the bins to stay in the bin store, ideally. So that is our group. Now, obviously, that makes your life easier when you want to move that group of bins elsewhere, reuse them on another bin store, on another part of the project, etc., etc. Now, there are some other really cool tools when it comes to your bins group. Now, as I said, we're using the Group Manager, but you'll notice here as well, we've also got Group Edit, we've got Ungroup, which explodes or ungroups an entire group, and you can just lose the group if you want to by clicking on that one there. So it will just ungroup it and the group will disappear from the drawing. The other thing you can do though is select the group and right click, and you'll notice there, nothing. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, where's all my group tools? They're actually on the groups panel. So just hit escape a couple of times. What you want to do is go to edit group, this one here. Then you click on the group and there's your tools there. Now, I might want to remove some objects from the group. I can add objects, I can rename the group. I'm going to go to remove objects, and I'm going to remove those polylines there, those polylines there. Press enter to confirm, and now when I hover and click on the group, there's the grip again, and there's the bounding box, but it's a smaller group. Now, as you can see, that group is selected there. Let's go up to that ungroup here, like so. So I'll click on ungroup. Now they're just back to their original polylines. If I go to the group manager, there are no groups available in the group manager either. And there's also some nice tools here. Notice change group, description, explode, selectable, reorder. There's lots of tools there that you can jump into and play around with when you're creating your groups in AutoCAD.